Okay, everybody, this is going to be the video with my mom in it, so she's not done this before, so you'll have to excuse any awkwardness. What I'm going to be doing is reading questions off camera, and she'll respond as if she were talking to you. And I will say, if the question was from a subscriber or my question, I wanted her to answer. So that's the setup. Okay. This is Megan and my mom, but we're going to start our questions now. First, it's just an introduction of who you are and why you're making this video blog.
I'm Kathy, better known as Megan's mom, and I'm here to talk about bipolar disorder and the family.
Okay. First question. These questions are from, two questions are from a subscriber, Morrissey Life. And her first question is specifically about me. The question is to you. How did you first find out Megan had bipolar disorder, and what was your reaction?
Well, I first found out, I think Megan told me. I knew something was wrong, or we all did, but we didn't know exactly what. And Megan was hospitalized in Kansas City, I think, and I guess she'd finally found a doctor who diagnosed it.
And what was your reaction?
My reaction, well, I wasn't quite sure what it was. I was more familiar with the term manic depressive. But you know, I did some research, of course, and got a couple books to read. I think one was by Patty Duke. It was one of the first books I read about it. And then Megan educated me a lot about it. And her doctors, some of her doctors talked to me about it, what it was. That's how I found out.
Were you surprised, sad, upset, or?
I wasn't surprised. Like I said, I knew something was wrong. I was kind of upset and, even, kind of guilty, that somehow, it may have been my fault.
At any time, did you ever think that she really didn't have it, or that disorder doesn't really exist?
No.
That kind of, it's all in their
head. No, I never thought that. My whole family, I had a brother who had some mental health issues, serious mental health issues when I was growing up, and at that time, I got a lot of education.
So you'd already
about
experienced it.
Yes, I'd already experienced it. So
mental health problems.
Yes.
Okay. Her second question is, how easy is it to notice the change of moods in Megan?
Well, depends on the mood. The irritability is easy to recognize. The depression, not as easy. If she, is depressed, that's that's a little harder. You know, she'll spend a lot of time in her room and, you know, either a bedroom or
So if you didn't
kind
know,
of isolate. Yeah,
if you didn't know I had bipolar disorder, you wouldn't think that those things were
right.
particularly alarming until.
No. If I didn't know about the bipolar, I figured, you know, it was just PMS or she was just being bitchy or.
What about the mania?
The
mania.
mania.
Kind of mania.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
The mania, I'm not as familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't experience a lot of that with her. But I knew that, you know, when she became, you know, obsessive about things. I certainly knew that. But then she'd always been kind of obsessive, I guess you'd say, about certain things, like
one thing and then the next.
Yeah, she would. When she became interested in the English royalty, the family line, I mean, she just investigated it to death.
I made my own text, my own books, and that was a productivity sort of symptom of hypomania.
Yeah,
but
and that I think that's when I you know, I thought, well, this must be part of the mania. You know.
Yeah. Well, there's hypomania, and then there's mania.
Yeah, and well, then I, you know, started thinking about other things. And
what about the time when I had the delusions, that really bad episode that I don't think anybody caught on?
I didn't
until my therapist.
Yeah. Was that doctor when you started? Just before you went to see Dr. Malik, or when we still lived in Washington? And
no, I'd already been seeing Dr. Malik. I had the false memories. And I went into the hospital manic rather than depressed.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get my timeline here.
I know, I was in the hospital more than once, so.
Yeah.
Well, the point I was going at is that in my case, and it's not always like the same for everybody, I tend to experience my moods more in my head.
Yes.
Within until it gets really extreme.
Yes.
And then it becomes, oh wow, what, you know, kind of thing, and I can kind of camouflage.
Yeah. Well, in that case, you know, I wouldn't recognize the mania until it was pretty far gone, and
okay,
you know, and I would, whoa, you know, how come I didn't see this coming? But then
that's my pattern.
That's I know now that's Megan's pattern.
Okay, we're gonna stop this one right here and finish.
Okay.